The markets over the past week have been coming down. We can see that Bitcoin has come down around 6%, Ethereum down around 7%, Solana 21% down, BNB about 7, XRP 15, Doge about 11, AVAX 23, and ADA 20% down. With this kind of negative price momentum, you could be convinced by influencers that you simply can't make money in a downward market. I'm going to show you that's not correct. The first thing people would say, oh Ken, you can make money if you just go short. I'm against going short because going short means that you're not at spot. If you're not at spot, what that means is you're borrowing money and you're also paying a lot of fees. It's not just that, but the idea is that when you go short, sooner or later, you're going to wipe out your account. I've done it many times, and a lot of people say, please don't go short, it just kills you. So instead, I'm going to go long at spot. At spot means that you use your own money. Going long is the fact that you will buy at a level and you can only make money when prices go up. I'm going to show you what I've done as far as trades during this period of time where price has done nothing but go down. If we think about the last 24 hours, we were witnessing fairly flat price action. It was a really tough market, and I'll show you what I did inside Solana. I did a few trades there. This is all practical. I'm going to be showing you my trading history from the particular exchange across these different things. Okay, let's get into it and let's run the numbers. Many people say when the market dips, it just keeps on dipping. And I'm not worried, it's just a dip, right? Well, it may not be just a dip, but it doesn't mean you can't profit from it. A lot of people get really angry when they lose money. They're expecting prices to go up and they're flabbergasted when prices go down. This is quite normal when people are first starting out. But as you get more and more into markets, you understand that negative price behavior doesn't warrant a response like this. It warrants something else. And you'll see a lot of memes floating around, me buying one more dip. I want to show you a completely new way. We have such an incredible global community. I just want to thank everybody who comments. And Art did a really beautiful share in yesterday's video. I learned some lessons from the last couple of weeks. Now, what's a lesson? It's a lesson from a loss. For example, when price moves against you, that just means, and it catches you unaware, that means there was a violation of a market rule. That's not a problem so long as you learn what the rule was so you can take advantage of it next time. And Art's been in the market for many decades. Art says, my returns were becoming exponential and I failed to take enough profits. This is very common and it's easy to do. It's very easy to get swept away with either positive sentiment or negative sentiment. And Art said, I am revisiting my rules and getting grounded again. Getting grounded is really important. And Art says something that I really wanted to share with you. We never quit learning, and that's why I'm here every day. Focus on learning and the profit will come. First of all, you need to believe that you can make money. And you can make money. I'm going to prove it to you by going long at spot, even in a negative market. And I showed you what the markets were doing. They were just coming down and down. A lot of people would say it's impossible to make money. Well, maybe if you don't have the right method, it is impossible. But you can make money going long at spot in any market condition. Always start small and scale. It takes a long time to scale up, but don't worry, don't be concerned about that. Until you master spot, please do not use leverage. It may sound like a good thing to do to multiply your gains, but you'll probably end up multiplying your losses if you don't know what you're doing. But then you scale up when you do know what you're doing, and I'm going to provide a bit of a framework for you. It'll probably help to know who I am and why I'm offering you the experience that I have. I've been in financial markets for nearly 4 decades. I want to fast track your profitability and help you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. I have a degree in finance and an actuarial science and statistics lecturing background, and I'm a core developer of technical analysis, and I've written books on finance. I never manage your money, so please be aware scammers are just everywhere. Instead, let your learning be your earning. That's the only thing that will make you truly wealthy. What typically happens in negative price action days, people who do not know how to trade say, "You can't make money." This is not an indictment on those people. They simply do not know how to trade. And when we look at Bitcoin, it's been coming down and down and down. When we look at Solana, it's been coming down. When we look at Doge, it's been coming down. I'm going to share 3 trades that I did several days ago on Bitcoin, on Solana, on Doge. But it's important to know the momentum was not to the upside. And I was going long at spot. That means I would buy in expectation of prices going up and then I would sell to make a profit. This is the market condition when I first place my trades. And it's important to understand that in the next day, things didn't get better, they got worse. This is an extract from my trading history, and you can see all of these are filled orders. There are sell levels and there are buy levels. What I teach inside the masterclass, it's very important to buy at structural levels and to scale in on any particular trades that you can do. Inside a couple of hours, I turned a $5,100 profit. I've covered this off in several videos. That was in Bitcoin. I also did some trading on Solana, netting a $370 profit, and on Doge, netting a $616 profit. In Aussie dollar terms, which is where I'm from, that's about 10,000 Aussie dollars. And remember what the markets were doing, they were coming down. I'm sharing this because it's really important that you understand you can make a lot of money even if the markets are coming down, because they don't just fall in a straight line. They're always going up and down. And if you know what you're doing, you're going to do incredibly well. Instead of running away on the red days, I want you to think differently about them. I'd like to provide you a bit of a framework as to what to do. First of all, you must believe in abundance and also believe attaining does not deprive. What that actually means, if you make money, you're not costing other people their money. The market simply rewards you if you do the right thing. You must respect the market. The market can be incredibly volatile, but there's no competition with other people. Always understand CTKS structure first, then do your cheat sheet. Make sure you have your rules, just like what Art was saying. Track changing probabilities because the markets do change around very, very quickly. Your goal is to trade well and ignore making money. I know that sounds really bizarre, but it's true. You profit by obeying market rules, and you make losses when you disobey market rules. All you need to do is to obey market rules. It is that simple. Ignore tops and bottoms and being right. That particular thing that I showed you of the person destroying their computer, that person needed to be right. Just don't worry about being right. Price is always moving in a wave. Take reasonable percentage profits, and any losses, convert them into lessons. Always start small and scale from spot. That is the money that you have. Remember, losses are not personal. That's just a lack of knowledge. But when you understand the market rules, you're going to make money. I would like to thank Rundle Ridge for sharing the beautiful comment here. I hope more people can find the CTKS method. It really has been a life changer for me to be able to be self-employed, and also for my children, to have a parent around instead of me going to put time into a job away from home. That is beautiful. And the truth is, the money that you can make from trading will surpass anything that you could ever make, even if you were in one of the best paid professions in the world. Okay, let's continue this. The next day, the markets were red. I'm going to show you some trades that were done again on Solana, on Doge, and on ADA, Cardano. and you can see it's all looking pretty miserable. The average person who could not trade would say, I cannot make money in this market. Just be aware, not everybody looks at the market in the same level of knowledge that you can. First, looking at Dogecoin, you can see I did a number of buys and a number of sells. Overall, the profit was $2,400 US, that equated to about 3,800 Aussie dollars, and that was done in about an hour. I would just like to give you a bit of a perspective on what you can do. You can see the times here. These trades were done around the same time as the Dogecoin trade. Solana coming in and buying and selling. Overall, the profit in Australian dollars was nearly 5,000, and that was done in 1 hour. ADA has been under a lot of negative price momentum recently, and you can see the same time period playing out here. These are the buys, these are the sells, and they're all filled orders from the trading history. You can see the overall profit here, 3,800 Australian dollars. You can see overall that the total from Doge and ADA and Solana was in excess of 12,000 Australian dollars. And this is all going long at spot, not using any leverage. The reason that I'm resharing these trades, I want you to understand that you can make a lot more money from trading than you can ever make from payment at a job. It's also important to have an investment account and a trading account, as Sanjeev said. People who were trading yesterday understood that the market basically did a flat line, tending towards a bit of negativity towards the end of the day. Therefore, in such market conditions, it's really hard to make money, so I'll share another trade I did inside Solana. This is from yesterday. You can see the buys and the sells just here in my trading history. The market was really bizarre yesterday, and it basically flatlined with some negative price momentum. At one stage, it looked like it was going to crumble, but I still managed to extract over 6,000 Australian dollars in profit. I have a very scientific methodology that I apply when I go into the markets and place trades, because I can't afford to get it incorrect. The first and most important thing that you can ever do is to understand CTKS structure. CTKS structure is the world's most advanced structural buy and sell level detection system. Then you need to get coordinated across the market. Please keep on doing your cheat sheet. Always think in terms of 3 dimensions. Understand that the price is always moving in a wave. It can go down, it can go neutral, or it can go up. You must have 3 specific scenarios to deal with this price action. Price is always moving in a wave, which means it's going up and down anyway. When people take one position, aka it can only go up, they are shocked to death that it actually waves down. Don't forget, it also applies in the other direction. If people think it can only go down and it starts to go up, they're equally as shocked. You need 3-dimensional thinking at all times. This is called CTKS risk management because it's a very specific way of thinking. The reason that I'm sharing those trades, I just want you to understand that even if price comes down, that doesn't stop you from making money. You can make a tremendous amount of money, or going long at spot. You can do what would be considered impossible by other people. Just imagine what you can do when there's positive price momentum inside the markets. Those results would be magnified. Professional trading is scientific by nature. You understand the intercorrelation and interdependencies between many different charts, and when you're looking at one chart, what you're actually seeing is all the other charts playing into that one chart. The halving has been fast approaching, and we've got some negative price momentum. This is quite normal going into the halving. I've made many comments and many videos about this, but everybody was expecting, oh, Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000. And I've always been saying, well, what if it actually retraces just like what it typically does? This is why you need that 3-dimensional risk management. There is no way on earth that I could make the gains that I make if I don't understand CTKS structure. And you can see the markets have been quite negative over the past couple of days. Therefore, the starting point, and I would urge you, please understand the structure of what you're looking at. As a statistician, it's vitally important to know what the structural levels are with the greatest degree of statistical significance possible, because if I don't know where the structure is, I have no idea where the charts are going. That's why I invented the CTKS method. So let's pop on the indicator, and this just saves you from drawing it up yourself. What we can see here is in terms of structure, we're underneath a structural resistance level, which makes it really hard for Bitcoin to break out at this 62,100 level. You'll notice that this specific pattern is the one that's played out on all the alts. That's because no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. We can see that we're also coming into two structural support levels, but there's a bit of a negative fresh air gap below that. The markets are quite choppy at the moment, and they effectively flatlined in the past trading session, at least in Australia. The two levels that you need to keep your eye on, anything above 62 or 62,500, is a bullish case and price momentum. Anything up there, we can expect prices to go higher. If we start to lose the 6,100, that is not good, because this negative fresh air gap could depreciate price very quickly. But you don't worry about the negative momentum. Negative momentum can be very advantageous. But you'll need knowledge. Please don't guess. Without a knowledge of structural resistance and structural support, all price action will seem incredibly random. Price action is not random. I would never place a trade unless I've been through the levels on the Tier 1 charts, which are the engine of financial markets globally. Tier 2 and Tier 3 charts tend to reconfirm the Tier 1 charts. So looking across all of it is vitally important. I would not place any trade unless I've done so. If you want to make the big money, you have to put in a large amount of work. Unfortunately, if you treat the markets like a casino, guess what? The house is always going to win. Literally, doing the Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 confirmations, you can outsmart the market, or at least you can move with it. Always remember that the CTKS structure determines the price waves. If you would like to get the trading view indicators for the Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 charts, they're available at CTKSMethod.org. That's what I use to do my trades. I also make sure that I look across all of the charts, because when I look at something like silver, I'm actually assessing DXY strength and US 2-year and US 10-year, or yield strength. If silver is coming down, that means that gold would be coming down, because there was, in all likelihood, positive pressure on the DXY and or yields. However, the key is to just not know the direction. The direction without the structure will yield absolutely nothing. Therefore, marking up the chart with the CTKS method is the solution. That's what I do to make the money that I make. Let's just pop on the indicators that I use. With this, I get X-ray vision inside the market, and it tells me a very specific story. It told me, for example, with silver had a ton of structural support when it was trading back here around that particular 28.45 up to about a little over 28.50. But as it broke down and couldn't maintain it, you can see that any failed retests here, it opened up all of these lower levels. Fortunately, there was enough confluence of structural support to make sure that it didn't hit this line at 28.09. But if the yields keep on coming up and the DXY strengthens, we would expect it to dip into that area. Understanding how to read structural resistance levels and structural support levels will be your bread and butter. It is mine. When I say you can make money from any market, you know I know what I'm talking about, and I have the backup with the trades to prove it. And I'm not talking about making a little bit of money, I'm talking about making a lot. My goal is to help you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. That's why I share my trade secrets in the CTKS Method standard certification process. If you want to see through my eyes, that's the best way of doing it. With the standard certification, I know exactly where the buy and sell levels are, and I'm currently offering a very limited number of people a partial scholarship to Level 1 and Level 2 standard certification. Please reach out and directly message me on Twitter. The link is in the description of this video. If you would like the indicators that I use, just come across to CTKSMethod.org and pop in to the CTKS Method service. You'll find them in there. My focus is to help you to become more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love. There's also the masterclass at cryptotechnicalanalysis.org. That's where I literally open my brain and just share everything that I've learned in there. Going across to the masterclass, you can see that what I say here is absolutely correct. Professional crypto trading and investing is a highly paid profession that can pay in excess of that earned by an engineer, doctor, lawyer, or other highly qualified professional. A lot of people don't know that actuarial science was one of the highest paid professions in the world when I did it. I guess it's now turned to more of an AI engineer, but the concept is, if you want to make money, you can make a lot of it. And if you want to receive this very special price, you can reach out to the ambassadors or you can directly message me. If you go to the testimonials page, you can see what other people are saying about it. This information is absolutely and utterly timeless. The Masterclass is one of the most highly awarded crypto technical analysis courses that exist. There are so many people who have just reached out and said it's an absolute life-changing experience for them, and I've never asked for a recommendation or a testimonial. Unfortunately, there is a lot of ignorance inside financial markets, such as buy the bottom and sell the top. That's the worst thing that you could possibly do, but people believe in doing it. The other one is that the markets are a gladiatorial match where you either win or somebody slaughters you. That's ridiculous. The market is simply a mechanism to transfer money between people who know from people who don't know. That's it. That is not a gladiatorial match. That is a learning exercise, and the market is just always changing its lessons as well. That's why you need a lot of rules, and that's why Art, who's been trading for many, many years, says he always comes to learn. He's a learning machine and a beautiful human being. Also, understand that if you profit, you're not taking anything from anybody else. Attaining never deprives another person. There is just pure abundance in this world, but a lot of people come from a scarcity mindset. They will say something like, oh, you're competing against other people. If you win, they lose. That is a very ignorant mindset, and those people are destined to make losses. The market, they don't respect the market. They don't understand that the market simply wants you to learn the rules. If you learn the rules, you make a profit. If you have a lack of knowledge, you make losses. That's it. Therefore, our focus is to always respect the market. We must respect it. We must respect that it's always moving between structural levels in a wave-based function. If you make a loss or you've been losing recently, please know that that's just the market saying, hey, pay attention, you need to learn something. If you learn whatever that lesson is and convert it into a rule, guess what? The market will say, you respect me, I'm going to pay you. That's it. That money doesn't come from other people, it comes from the market. People are going long at spot, people are going short, under leverage, people are doing all sorts of things. There is no competition, there is just abundance. But if you do not believe in abundance, you cannot make money inside financial markets because you will just undermine yourself unknowingly. This is why I put this up right up front. Getting your mindset correct is the most important thing that you can ever do before you place any trades. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and if this has helped you, please subscribe. And if you've made it this far, please leave a comment containing the word awesome, because that's what you are. Have a great day or night ahead, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.